And then a guy down the front row said, would you mind if I change places with him? Which was not exciting at all, was it? But anyway, I am thrilled to be here. Thank you very much for that nice welcome. And I must say it's great to be at the back and hear someone that you mentor all those years do just incredible things. You know, it really, really is good. Also, where are the people who have heard me before? Can I just check that one out? They're not slow learners, they just like coming back, right? That's what it is. The people who haven't heard me before, can I check you out? Good, good, good. I hope that, what's really interesting is some people already said it to me this morning, the people who went to this thing called the boot camp, some of them said, it's frequently they say actually, it's very nice, they say, you know what? That whole process changed my life. And I hope for those of you that we're interacting for the first time, even though it's tiny today, at the end of the day, you go, wow, that actually enhanced my life as well. And not just my life, but the life of the people around me, and maybe even people that you'll never even meet as well. So Rob set this up very, very well. Let's see if my clicker works today. It does, look at that. So what's going to happen is we're going to look at something that I never understood, frankly, until about 8 years ago. Now that I understand it, this whole thing about purpose-centric, I understand the dramatic, and I do mean dramatic, difference it makes to actually be on purpose. Now to do that, what I want to do today, I'm going to talk about three things which are going to seem unrelated, but let me show you those three things. First of all, I'm going to talk about waves. Secondly, I'm going to talk about chasms. And thirdly, I'm going to talk about bridges. By the way, where's that? Oh, good. I was hoping to God I got the right bridge. There you go. So, waves, chasms, and bridges is where we are going today. But first of all, let me just pick up on this idea of this change, if you like, from the firm of the future to the firm of now. Sadly, a change that Intuit don't understand yet. But anyway, this came out in Australia this is in the Financial Review, about 8 weeks ago. There you go, Scott Charlton, the CEO of Transurban, saying, disruption and opportunity is not 5, not 10, not 20 years away. They are now. And one of the things that, I mean, I really, really now understand that. So if you look back at that book that together with Ron Baker that I wrote in 2003, the reality is, see, in 2003, how many people get that things were different in 2003, right? It was a little different, right? In 2003, we had this luxury, I would say, of just sort of sitting here and being able to sort of linearly look ahead and say, that's what's going to happen. Now, good news is, we got a lot of that right in that book, but the reality is that if I were writing that book now, there is no doubt whatever that I would change the title. It's the firm of now. The reality is we no longer have the time to think, oh, well, I'll get to that one day. We don't. Let me show you some examples of that. See, because there has never, I think, been a time like this. In fact, let's just do this. Turn to the person next to you. When I say go, give them a big high five. Say to them, there's never been a time like this, and I'm thrilled to be sharing it with you. Go!